All right, and welcome back to the Light Live. We are here, the WPPM in Philly Cam Studios, here in Center City, Philadelphia. But right about now, it's all about Camden and my man Chris Cream in the building. He is the star of the new TV show Grimes. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us about Grimes?
I think you just did a great job. I'm Chris Cream, uh, Camden native, representative of my grandfather's city. Jersey Joe's my grandfather, fourth African American heavyweight of all time, heavyweight champion of all time, out of Camden, New Jersey. So I display my talents from my hometown in order to continue to represent it. It's had negative connotations to it for some decades, and we've since turned the soil and continue to plant new seeds, and I'm one of them. But I've been here a long time. I feel like an oak tree in a flower pot in terms of my roots busting out the bottom. If you can visualize that as an artist, just put an oak tree in a flower pot, and that's me. My roots are deep, but my branches are long and strong. Here in the South Jersey, Philadelphia region, and arts and entertainment period. Like Ray said, I played Grimes, which is a spin-off character from Chase Street. Chase Street was a crime doc that was done by Denny Brown and Thomas Freeman and some other writers about 8 years ago. Was about Camden city government and the chase for power in the city, and I played the Officer Grimes, which is based on a real cop named Jeff Williams. They actually call Jeff Williams Grimes now. Heard I did a pretty decent job. So there's a spin-off to that series, and it's based on that character, and I happen to portray him. We premiere, I should say, on January 17th in Atlantic City. Looking forward to that. Crystal Doll from Detroit, Denzel Dandridge, and quite a few other up-and-coming names are in this project, and we're having a good time. We had a good time doing it.
All right, so tell me, it's got to be cool to know that you were part of a project like Chase Street and that your acting was recognized to the point to where the creator said, we want to write a whole series. It's because I've talked to other actors, it's cool when they say they just want to write a show revolving around a character within a series. It's got to be cool. You must think. What are your thoughts about the fact that they enjoyed your acting and appreciated what you brought to the character so much so that they said, "Okay, now this character needs his own series."
Number one, blessed, grateful to the Creator most of all, for meaning God Most High, for the talents to be able to display and pick up and understand what's been presented to me. I had some schooling in acting, and I had some professional teachers as I was growing up in acting. However, not everybody who wants to act can act. So to be able to get that script, pick it up, and transfer that character into something that was a tangible feeling for people, it meant something to me. I would run into people who I grew up with, like literally grew up with, and after they saw Chase Street, their whole impression of me had changed because they had never seen that side of me. I'm like, wait a minute, you got that in you? You gotta be, and they really gave me the cold shoulder until they recognized, no, that was just a character that you played. But they said that the fact that you have that in you, that you can turn into that, well, that's the God-given ability and gifts that you have that allow you to pick up something and turn it into something else. To my contemporaries and people who I work with, you just never know. There aren't any retired drug dealers, but there's plenty of retired cops. So when it comes to character selection, you have to look at the probability of a spinoff. Well, if you look at The Wire, you had all those great drug dealer characters on there come to mind, Stringer Bell and all the rest of them come to mind. But if you think about how The Wire came on, every time it came on, you saw McNulty's face at the beginning of that. The Wire followed McNulty, none of them other people. So season 1 to the ending season, McNulty was always there. So you have to look at that. And to be honest, when we did Chase Street, shout out to Clifton Powell. He put me in the frame of mind of understanding even just that. As we were doing the table read, I'm still holding my script in my hand because I hadn't gotten into the character yet. And Cliff is so animated. He smacks my script. He said, F that. You the cop. You the cop. And left it at that. But the energy of what he was saying was like, what cop you know that loses? Whatever this paper says, what cop do you know that loses is what I understood from him in that moment. That coupled with having been at a football game in the city, this is before we even started filming Chase Street, and I'm standing there and I'm watching the game. There's 2,000 people at the game, but there's 1,500 people over here, and there's 400 people over here, and then there's another 100 scattered about. I'm amongst this 100 scattered about, like not next to anybody. I'm leaning on the fence, and this guy comes up and he bumps me. And I got like a little internal issue with you just bumping me if you just feel, get a little edgy. Well, he bumped me, and I looked. I'm like, well, who is this guy? He was a little shorter than me, and my buddy is standing next to him. I'm like, yo, is that such and such right there? And he goes, yeah, that's him. I said, well, don't you think it's strange that he came and out of all this space, he came and stood next to me? He goes, why you say that? I said, yo, you're with the writer of Chase Street every single day. I'm portraying that dude. He goes, oh, snap. Yeah, we had never met. So it's 2,000 people out here, and he comes and stands next to me. But in that moment, I really took him in. This cop went to jail. He was a decorated cop. He was a drug dealer. He was everything you think. As a real Camden cop, this is who he was. A lot of the people he told on and did stuff too, he used to rob drug dealers. Like literally rob them, pull up on and said, run your pockets. He didn't care. Jump off a horse. He did all this crazy stuff. He's standing next to me. And some of the people he did this to is right here at this game. He bumps me and he never looked at me. He never looked away from the game. And he never looked at none of the people that's out there. I'm like, wait a minute. This cat is interesting. He didn't smoke crack. He didn't done everything you can think of. Now the actor in me is excited. He's excited because I'm looking at the arc of this little dude who's not even looking at me. I could see everything I needed to see between him smacking my paper out of my hand saying, you the cop, and me watching this dude just there. I'm like, all right, I got it. I know who it is.
That being the case, do you ever work with the writers as far as developing the character? You just take what they give you and then grow off of that?
You know me. You know I don't just take nothing. You know?
Well, I didn't mean it with no disrespect, but
that's an Achilles heel for me to an extent. But being that I know this dude, like know of him,
right,
and he's got stories, if the writers are being too conservative, I'll push him. Like, the people love Grimes. The people love Grimes. As dirty as he was, they love him. And being that I know the cop and the stuff that he's into, I'd be like, yo, write that. Write it. You ain't wrote nothing yet. Not knowing that the people are loving what they've seen already. Yeah. I'm like, no, Jeff had cocaine. Jeff had this. Jeff did this. Jeff was doing these things. Jeff jumped off of horses. Jeff, write it.
Well, then let me ask you this. Like second episode of The Sopranos, Tony strangles a guy.
You sound like the writers. You sound like the writers.
No, this is the question. Second episode of The Sopranos, Tony strangles a guy. Stringer has his best friend's nephew killed. What is it about these people who do these things that on the surface are pretty bad, but people still tend to love a Grimes, a Stringer Bell, a Tony Soprano anyway?
That's a great question, and we touched on society to an extent, and we can look at the microcosm of our own social media, and if we say something positive, you get a little traction. you put something negative up there, you gripe a little bit, everybody on your Facebook got going to chime in. You're like, damn, I ain't seen you in 6 years. The second I said I had a toothache that my job gave me, you right here talking about the headache that yours gave me. But when I said my job gave me a bonus, you didn't have nothing to say. So it's I think it's about the ills that we're so used to seeing that draw us to it. But for complex characters like Grimes, he's always on the fence. He's got his own moral clauses where he won't cross certain lines, but there's other lines that it's like he's gonna step all on them. Like that's the dilemma of him right there. But I think with writing, any good character, antagonist or protagonist, is going to have some redeemable characteristics as well as some flaws.
Okay.
That's the human nature of writing a character to make you go, I can relate to him.
Where can we see Grimes?
Well, we're gonna be in your neighborhood down at the Boardwalk Hall. What's that theater called?
ACX.
Yeah, well, we got that on the 17th. Okay. That's All-Star Hip Hop Weekend, King Weekend. So we ain't got to work that weekend. Just pop up. Tickets available on Eventbrite on that one. You could just look up under Grimes on Eventbrite.
Will it be streaming for people who may not be able to make that?
It will be streaming on Tubi in an eventual sense.
Okay.
We can put it up on. We can put it with our distributor today.
Yeah. Is Chase Street streaming on Tubi right now?
Oh, yeah. If you want to see anything I'm in, just Google my name. Chris Cream, CHRISCREAM, spelled like it sounds. Okay. Everything I'm in will come up. Chase Street to Last Shot to Elementary to, shout out to every film producer I've ever worked with, and every cast member as well.
Well, before we let you go, we're gonna play a little King of the Hill with Grimes and some other characters in fiction.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like to see your character? Who would you rather see your character Grimes paired up with, Vic from The Shield or McNulty from The Wire?
McNulty's. He's.
Oh, okay.
He's that guy, man.
Okay.
He's that guy.
McNulty from The Wire or Tony Soprano?
Soprano. Soprano. That's Grimes is over Soprano because he's gonna get something out of that.
Tony Soprano. Would you rather see Grimes teamed up with Tony or in the same script as Tony Soprano or Marlowe from The Wire?
Still Tony. Tony's the boss.
Okay. Tony Soprano or Omar with the shotgun from The Wire?
Nah, Omar is on another level. I can't bang with Omar. Omar was on another level.
So you saying Omar or Tony?
Tony, man.
Tony. Okay.
Yeah, it's how you move, man. It's how you move. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. It ain't what you do. Omar was ruthless, bro.
Okay. Last one. Would you rather see Grimes in the same script with Tony Soprano or Stringer Bell?
Stringer. I like the matchup with Idris.
Okay.
Actor to actor, it's a certain cast I'd like to box with one day.
I hear you. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris Cream. He is the star of the new show, Grimes. You can see him on Chase Street on Tubi right now. Give it up.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you.